So this is by far the easiest way to know where the market's going to move every single day. So the setup has a very high win rate, and it's one of my only setups that I'm really confident in whenever it shows up. The setup is called CRT, and you guys have probably heard of it. It's very popular. So all you guys have to do is go on the daily time frame and find the most recent daily candle. Once you find that daily candle, you're going to go ahead and mark out the low and the high of that candle that formed. So CRT works with a 3-candle sequence. So we have that first daily candle, which is the accumulation candle. We're then going to have a manipulation candle, which sweeps the liquidity, and then we're going to have a distribution phase, which delivers price to the target. Literally all we're doing is we're waiting for price to break either the low or the high of that daily candle. So what you want to make sure happens is that price breaks the level, but it doesn't close the body of the candle above the high. So for example, right here, you see that price broke the actual high, but we closed the body of the candle underneath that high. Now, once that happens, we know that price is attracted to the opposite end of that first candle. So in this case, price took out the high and we failed to close above it. So we know that price is attracted to the low down here. So what that means is that we know on the third day that we're going to be taking trades only to the downside. We're not interested in any long setups. We also know that price is very likely to come down and take out this low, so we can hold our trade fully to that target. Just to give you guys another example of CRT. So on the left, you see a candle that breaks the low, but it doesn't reverse back up. It just keeps continuing dropping. So that is not going to be CRT. We are not interested in that at all. Now on the right over here, you can see the candle comes and breaks the low, but it closes the body of the candle above that low. So this is a very good CRT level, and we know that price is now going to move up to this high right here. So when we have a CRT setup, we're not trading it on the higher time frame. We're going to go down to a lower time frame, like the 1 all the way to 15-minute time frame, and look for a trade setup. So in this case, you have CRT on the daily time frame, you drop down to a lower time frame, and that's where you take the trade. Same thing in the opposite direction, you have a CRT on the higher time frame, so we drop down to a lower time frame. So the reason this setup works is because price moves in a very strict cycle. We usually have 3 phases where price accumulates, it manipulates, and then it distributes. But once we see that accumulation and manipulation happening, that's where we look to enter on the distribution. If price takes out liquidity on one side of the market, we know that it wants to move to the next level of liquidity, which is usually at the opposite end of that candle. So as you guys can see, the setup is really simple, but it will take a lot of practice to really start getting good at it. Again, this is one of the highest quality setups you'll find in the market, so it's 1000% worth learning.